Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll see how we are going to integrate internationalization in our Angular application. At the time of recording this video, I'm using Angular version 9.1.1. I'll be using NGX Translate for runtime translation. You can go for Angular Localize if you want a build-time translation. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, we'll start with installing the NGX Translate package. Okay, so let's install that by running install NGX Translate core. You can save it to your packages. Okay, so the installation is finished. So we will install one more package to load our locale files, which is going to be HTTP loader. So let's install that. Okay, so the installation is finished. Now we'll start integrating the translation module inside our main application. Okay, so first of all, let's import a couple of things in here. Okay, so from NGX translate core. Okay, so translate core, things that we need to import is translate module and translate loader. We also need HTTP loader, so we'll import that as well from NGX translate HTTP loader. Okay. So let's import translate HTTP loader. Okay, so here you'll have to inject that translate module with for root, since we are injecting it inside app module. If you are using lazy loaded module, in that case we'll have to use for child. Okay, so we'll go for root. Okay, here you'll have to do a couple of configuration. So first thing is you'll have to provide a loader. Okay. So first property is provide, so which we are going to use translate loader that we had imported. And with that we'll use a factory. Okay, so we'll create that bit of time, and it requires a dependency, so I'll explain what is that dependency. Okay, so that for that we'll use HTTP client, since we are going to use HTTP loader. Now let's create our factory. So I'll create that factory right here. So remember that we have to export that factory as it is mentioned in the documentation. So this is important, you have to use the export. Okay. So let's create the HTTP loader factory. Okay. So we will return the translate HTTP loader. The first argument, it takes the HTTP client, then we provide a prefix and a suffix as well. So if you go and look inside this translate HTTP loader, there is some default value for prefix and suffix as well, but we are going to use that explicitly, so I'll provide the value explicitly here. So we are going to keep our local files inside asset directory. Okay, and the suffix will be .json. Okay, so the file name will be a JSON file, so the suffix will have to be .json. Okay, so yeah, so now we'll have to use that factory in here. So you simply provide that here. Okay, so let's create couple of local files inside at this location. Okay. So let's go in here inside the asset. Let's create a directory IIT-NAN, and here we'll create three different files: en.json, es.json for Spanish, and again we'll create one more file for Arabic, which will be ar.json. Okay, let's start adding. Okay, and we'll copy that, paste in here. Okay, we'll use the Google Translate to translate this value in Spanish. Okay, so this is going to be this. In Spanish and Arabic, this is going to be this. Okay, we'll save all the files. Okay, now we have injected the translate module inside our main module, and we have also created our local files. Okay, now we'll have to go inside our app component and write the logic how we are going to change the locale. Okay, and also the changed locale will reflect here. Okay, so the language will be translated based on the locale we are going to change. Okay, so let's look at that. So first of all, you can get rid of this and use your key. So key that we were using here, so this is going to be your key. First thing is you provide that and use the pipe with translate. Okay, now inside your app component, we'll add how the language is going to be changed when this component is loaded. Okay, so let's create the constructor here, and here we will use the translate service. Given by this nginx translate core. Okay, that we are going to use. So we'll set the default language. Okay, so you can set that I'm using English for default language, also the language that we are going to use. So initially I will be using the English as well. Okay, let me start the application so that we can see at the runtime how this works. Okay, so our application is started. Now let's change this en to es and see how this text changes according to our. Okay, so I saved. Okay, so I think there is some. Okay, yeah, got the error. I think we have missed, yeah, the HTTP client module that we also have to add here, since we are using HTTP loader. Okay, so we'll add that, and yeah, see here the locale is changed. Okay, so we can see other as well. So you see the language is changed. Okay, so you can also add your own method. For example, change locale. You can take the locale as a string, and use that translate.use in here. So I'll make it private, so that we also have a variable outside this constructor. Okay, so you can use that translate.use in the locale. Okay, you can add the validation here to check what are the languages you are supporting. Okay, and then we can use this change locale inside our HTML. So we'll create a drop down here. So let's create the drop down. Let's get rid of this. Okay, options that we are going to provide, first will be English, then let's copy it. Second will be Spanish, and third will be Arabic. So this is going to be English, this will be Spanish, Arabic. Okay. And here we can add a reference, and on change we can use a change locale. With this reference we are going to pick the value whatever is going to be changed. Okay, so that, let's save that. Okay, and now we have a drop down. So from here we can change the language: Spanish, English, Arabic. Okay, that's working perfectly fine. In the next video we'll see how we can achieve the internationalization with lazy loading as well. So